Dear Blizzard, hi, it's me, Austin. I've been gone for 3 months having a mental breakdown, but I'm back and ready to party, baby. And today I'm doing a video that I'm kind of amazed I didn't think to do ages ago, like years and years ago. But today I'm going to be fact-checking the South Park World of Warcraft episode by doing meticulous and painstaking testing of my own. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's freaking go, baby! Okay, so what am I even talking about? Well, I'm talking about the TV show South Park, which I'm praying you know what that is. And the episode came out 17 years ago. Oh, jeez, are you freaking kidding me? 17 years. How old was I 17 years ago? 19 years old? Christ! Damn it! I hate this! Never mind, episode over. I'm too old for this crap. Okay, calm down, Austin. This is fine. We're fine. I'm okay. Anyway, 17 years ago, South Park made an episode that took place in the game World of Warcraft entitled Make Love, Not Warcraft, where the main cast is getting trolled by an older player who's at max level and is killing them all the time. In order to get their revenge and put a stop to this guy, they decide they're going to level themselves to the max level by killing the lowest level enemy in the game, boars, which leads to this interchange.
Dude, boars are only worth 2 experience points apiece. Do you know how many we would have to kill to get up 30 levels?
Yes. 65,340,285. Which should take us 7 weeks, 5 days, 13 hours, and 20 minutes, giving ourselves 3 hours a night to sleep. What do you say, guys?
So first, we have a few questions. 1, is this possible? And 2, is Cartman's math correct? Well, the answer to number 1 is unfortunately no. And anybody who's actually played WoW before already knows this, because World of Warcraft has level cutoffs where once you're a certain number of levels above a mob, their name goes gray and you get no experience from killing them anymore. And Stone Tusk boars, the boars they're killing in Goldshire, go gray when you reach level 12 or 13. And I know this because I actually made a character in WoW Classic named Cartman 2 on hardcore mode because I just like to live dangerously, traveled all the way from the dwarf starting area to Goldshire and immediately died to a level 7 boar because I was level 1, and since it was a hardcore character, well, that means that character is permanently dead. My deeds of heroism will be remembered, huh? What heroism? What was heroic about my journey here? The part where I rode the train or the part where I died unceremoniously to a pig? I don't think this even qualifies as a footnote in the histories of Azeroth's epics. I'm pretty sure the accomplishments of Cartman 2's failed duel with the wild pig are gonna be totally and utterly forgotten by the wheels of history. So I made another character and leveled up, first killing only small crag boars in the starting zone. Then when I was level 7, I moved on to the Stone Tusk boars in Goldshire, and things were a lot better this time. I spent way more time than makes any sense killing boars here, and even got my name recognized as a reference to the South Park episode while I was doing it, but all in all, I went and killed about 961 boars all said and done to get myself up to level 12. I had aspirations of getting to level 16, but I ran out of time and interest because it was incredibly boring. It was around here that boars started to give me 0 experience, however, and this is the problem we run into with South Park's episode. There are long snout boars to the west that can net you a few more levels, but they're much less common, and they're obviously not the boars that are getting killed in the South Park episode. Cool story though, YouTuber Dr. Camille got to level 60 in WoW Classic, killing 10,521 boars in only 9 days and 18 hours of playtime, so it's actually totally doable if you're determined enough to keep finding boars that are your level to grind against. And if this video gets to 200,000 views, maybe I will try to do it for you. Maybe. You gotta hit that like button though and comment and do all the things to get this video up there. So anyway, if our question is, can you get to the max level in WoW Classic killing only boars? The answer is absolutely yes. But that's not what happens in South Park. They get to max level killing the second weakest boars in the game, which is impossible. Speaking of impossible, do you know what would be impossible without today's sponsors? This video. This video is brought to you by my amazing patrons at Patreon who support me through thick and thin, mostly thick or thin. I can't, which one of those is a bad one? I don't know which, is thick or thin bad? I can't remember. Anyway, 2023 was a pretty rough year for me mentally, and yet my patrons were there to make sure I didn't starve or go homeless. They're good people. If you want to support this channel and make sure videos keep coming, head on over to patreon.com/shoddycast or patreon.com/thescience. Both work. Both get you early access to videos or your name in the credits or access to my weekly live streams that are exclusive to patrons where we have a lot of fun and just chill out and talk while I'm exploring an Elite Dangerous or playing Thief or any number of games. Anyway, that's patreon.com/thescience or patreon.com/shoddycast. Head there now. And now back to the show. It's impossible is not a fun answer to our question, is it? It's impossible because you can't get experience points from killing boars once you get to level 12. Boo! That's just not fun at all. So what if we take the episode at face value and boars are worth, instead of 0 experience points, are worth 2 experience points. How accurate is Cartman's math? Well, it's hard to say still because we don't know what level the kids start at in the episode, because Kyle says, do you know how many we'd have to kill in order to go up 30 levels, which implies that they are level 30. But later on at Blizzard HQ, they say that the characters have gone up 50 levels in 3 weeks, which implies they might be level 10, or maybe it's actually 50 levels between the 4 of them, which would imply they'd only gone up about 12 to 13 levels each, which actually isn't that impressive advancement for 3 whole weeks worth of time. So we don't know the starting level exactly, which will cause some errors in our estimates, but I think it'll only make a difference of a few thousand boars here and there, which is not actually that big of a deal. Anyway, in the episode, they say that boars are worth 2 experience points each, and assuming they start at level 10, that means they need 4,266,900 experience points to make it to level 60, where this becomes an actually pretty simple math problem, where if we know each boar is worth only 2 experience points, we just divide that number by 2 to get 2,133,450 boars needed to get to level 60, which we multiply by 4 because there's 4 kids, and you get 8,533,800 boars needed in total in order to get to level 60, which means Cartman was off by 56,806,485 boars, which is a massive miscalculation. But what about his time estimate? He estimated that it would take them over 7 weeks to get this number, assuming they were killing boars in 1 hit and ignoring respawn times. And in all fairness, when I was farming boars, I didn't really run into many respawn issues. They respawned pretty fast, so it might be alright. My original plan was to level to a level where I was killing boars in 1 hit, which I got blacksmithing to help out with so I could actually get gear that was good enough, but I got too bored. Huh? Get it? Bored? Okay, I'm sorry. I got bored by level 12, too bored to keep going. So I couldn't really estimate in real time how fast you could kill boars, but I realized I could actually figure out the maximum theoretical boar killing speed because Cartman plays a warrior and uses a 2-handed weapon. Weapons in WoW have an attack speed, and for this weapon Cartman's using, it hits once every 3.2 seconds, which means your maximum boar kill rate as a warrior with that spec is 1 boar every 3.2 seconds, or about 0.3125 boars per second. Now, judging by Cartman's statements, the boys were sleeping for 3 hours per day, which means they were farming boars for 21 hours a day, which means it'd take 4.124 million seconds to kill the number of boars they need, according to him anyway. Since we know it will only take 2.1 million boars per child and not 65 million, or maybe 6 16 million, depending upon how you look at it. But either way, he's way off. With 2.1 million boars needed to get to level 60, you'd have to kill boars at a rate of 0.517 boars per second in order to make that deadline, which is 65% faster than our maximum expected output. So not only did Cartman miscalculate how many boars they need to kill, he also got the time way off in the wrong direction. In reality, at doing this 21 hours per day at 0.3125 boars per second, it'd actually take them just about 90 days, or almost 13 weeks of playtime to get to level 60 this way. And at the original estimation of 65 million, it would take them either 691 days, if 65 million was actually the total they all needed to get together, or 2,765 days if each kid needed to kill 65 million boars, which is 1.8 to 7.5 years. Yowza! They did not think this plan through very well. Now, using some of WoW's actual formulas for how experience works, we can actually place some more accurate estimates on how long it would take you to bash your way to level 60 using level 7 boars. WoW's experience formula looks like this, where it's your level times 5 plus 45. That's the base experience you get if you kill something your level. Now, if you kill something that's lower than your level, you get a more complicated formula, which looks like this, where you subtract the amount of experience you get by the difference between your levels by this predetermined ZD number that is specified for each level. 5 for levels 1 to 7, 6 for level 8, 7 for levels 9 through 11, and all the way up to 16 for level 59 you go. This gives us a picture of how much experience you lose per mob for every level higher you go compared to it, which I did do some liberal estimates to average out as a 0.219 or 21.9% decrease in rewards for each level you go up in the gray levels. This is the best case scenario for how much experience you would get per boar, and at level 24 it caps out at 1 experience per boar, which means it would take conservatively, best case, 4,091,769 boars per kid to reach level 60. At a boar kill rate of 0.3125 boars per second and 23,625 boars per day, it'd take over 173 days to get to max level doing this method if World of Warcraft actually rewarded experience points according to its own mathematical formulas past the point where they usually cut off the experience you gain per kill. That is way longer than what Cartman originally proposed. In fact, his kill rate is absolutely preposterous, being a whole order of magnitude off. Conservatively, if we presume his 65 million boar estimate is the total all 4 kids are going to have to kill, then each kid is killing 3.96 boars per second. That'd require like high explosives or machine guns to get to work. And even then, I'm 100% positive they'd hit the respawn limit somewhere. If it's 65 million boars per kid, that's a kill rate of 15 boars per second, which is at least the kill rate of what they're going to be doing aggregate, which is absolutely preposterous levels of boar destruction. There's no way they'd be able to sustain this level of boar killing, I think. Even if they were max level, the game wouldn't be able to keep up with them either, and most of their time would be standing around doing nothing. So there you have it, everyone. Conclusive proof that the cartoon kids are bad at math. Bam! I did it! And it only took me... And it only took me 3 months of doing nothing to get this script done, which is time I guess I could have used to get to level 60, killing only boars if I wanted to. Well, the guy who actually did it apparently died 30 times in the process, so it's very unlikely I would have succeeded in getting to level 60 in hardcore mode, so, oh well. Let's cap this thing out the way we started by laying Cartman 3 to rest the way he lived, fighting boars. Sincerely, Austin. Wow, this video took me forever to get out, but it was so much fun. I had so much fun doing this video. Yeah, it's a good time. I had a good time making this video. I can't believe I didn't think about doing this topic sooner. It's literally perfect for my format, but hey, that's how it goes. I want to put out a personal thank you to my Patreon patrons who make this show and this channel possible. Without them, I wouldn't be able to afford Tanya at all. I did have to take a day job to be able to afford to. That's part of the reason videos have been so slow to come out, just to pay rent and stuff. But I'm not giving up on the channel. We're still going. And because of the day job, I'm able to actually, and patrons, I'm able to afford Tanya. And these are the patrons who make it all possible. The super high tier ones like M. Lopez, Dr. Vem, Ronald Coleman, Edit MTP, Marissa Resnick, and Loretta Mazer. If you guys are the real ones, and I'm gonna go cut down this audio. Diggity bow.